it came down to that basketball game, the women's game. Uh, Getting that gold that put United States and China in a tie for the medal count for gold with 40 apiece, and the United States had the tiebreaker with the most overall medals with 126. So, and this is the first time, as far as like they've been counting gold medals, that two countries were tied at the top. This is the first time it's ever happened like that at the Summer Games, to be sure. And yeah, this is just wild how it happened. And China like really racked up the gold medals with the diving events and then the table tennis as well. Um, Whew, yeah, this is it was quite a, run. It was just a lot of tension there and like nail biting time and getting the job done. And a fun fact about the gold medal count specifically, of the 40 gold medals that Team USA won, 65% of them were from the women. So the girls got
Hmm.
26 out of 40. So they really held up their end of the bargain. It's time for our fellas to step the fuck up a little bit next time around in LA.
I also read that track and field is where they won a good majority of their medals,
Mhm.
and they tied for the same amount of medals that they won in track and field from the Atlanta Olympics as well too. So
Whew.
I think it was what 92 or something like that.
96 was Atlanta.
96.
That was
Yeah,
like Jackie Joyner Kersey time, man.
yeah. So yeah, the women's 100-meter relay, the men's 100-meter relay, those were good closings on Sunday as well too. The men's was thrilling and exciting down to the very end. The women's, I mean, she could have made herself breakfast, lunch, dinner, and still would have been able to finish with the amount of lead that she had to finish that one out. So
Mhm. All right, so let's just talk a few shout outs over the past week at the Olympics. Quincy Hall was in fourth place and fading at the final turn of the men's 400-meter race, and then out of nowhere, dude found another gear, and then on the final straightaway, he came from behind, down in like fourth or fifth place, and he gets gold by 400ths of a second. So that was really impressive, and that was huge for a day until somebody else jumped on and did something amazing as well. Kelly Harrington is Ireland's first woman to repeat as a gold medalist in consecutive Olympics. She won gold in boxing and then announced her retirement after her final match, going out like the like a champ like that. That's pretty fun. Speaking of champs as well, Cuban wrestler Mikan Lopez becomes the first person to win five consecutive gold medals in the same event, and his event is the 130-kilogram Greco-Roman wrestling. So that's wild. Five Olympics in a row. Uh, to You show up, I'm 130 kilos, let's fucking go, and he just wins gold every time. You know, it's a lock. You could have set your clock to it, man. Uh, Here's a fun story. The DJ at the women's beach volleyball gold medal game, he's getting a shout out. There was one of each player between Canada and Brazil. They were kind of arguing and after a point, and it was getting really tense. And like even after play continued, they were like really chirping at each other a little bit. And then like even the fans felt the tension. And then the DJ drops "Imagine" by John Lennon, and everyone starts laughing, including the players, sort of breaking up that tension. And then everybody remembered, oh, we're having fun. This is a game. We're supposed to be having fun. Brazil ended up getting the gold, and everyone ends up with a cool story.
um,
Uh,
I also wanted to put one in here because I didn't see it on here, but Christian Faulkner, she was the a cyclist for women here for
yeah,
USA.
yeah.
She her story is wild. She attended Harvard
I
and
think
she
we talked
was
about her last week, but yeah, keep going, keep going. Let's say it again.
yeah, yeah. So she attended Harvard, was a rowing competition. Now that we have a bunch of people listening here, maybe you didn't hear last week, but she was a on the rowing team. She picked up a cycling class while in Central Park in New York, and then got into competitions of cycling racing amongst New York and that greater area. Then she moved to LA full time to become a cyclist, and then she won the competition by with a 30 was a 30-second lead or something like that. 30-second lead here. She just picked up cycling 7 years ago and became a gold medalist. And
Hmm.
it's just amazing stories like that. I think are just great to see every single time the Olympics come around. I love every bit of it.
Yeah, my
Now, now,
dad's
now, Vince, you get to say the bad part about the
Oh yeah.
Olympics.
Oh, my dad. Just to add on to Faulkner, my dad said that she ended up with 2 golds, and
Wow.
Safan Hassan walked away with 2 bronzes and a gold in the 5K, the 10K, and the marathon races. So he had a busy Olympics as well. So
The
stick test for him. So
golfer,
yeah,
the female golfer, and forgive me, Lydia Ko. She won bronze. Was that now 12 years ago? And then she won silver in Tokyo, and then she won gold this year. And she says, "I'm done with golf from
yeah,
Olympics going
got
forward."
one of each. Take it and run. Unfortunately, we do have a little bit of sad news from gymnastics. Jordan Childs had to give up her bronze medal in the floor routine after the Olympic Committee ruled that her challenge came about 4 seconds too late. USA tried to challenge it. They said they even have video of it and of it being on time. It was a little weird because she was the last performer to go. And normally you'd have basically until the next person starts their routine to challenge. But since she was the last one, they only give you a minute. So you basically lose about 30 extra seconds to get that challenge in. Uh, but they said they got it in time, but they ruled that she didn't. But so unfortunately, she does have to give up that bronze medal, and
I
it's a bummer, but you know I don't know what you can do at that point, except they're gonna keep asking about it, I guess,
Well,
going
I read
forward.
that when they went to go refile the report against it, and that say that they had evidence. Apparently, the IOC committee said that once it's been deemed after a ruling, that they can't go back and change it again. So, unfortunately, they're going to make their other claims. I think they're going to take it over to Sweden because that's like where the head of the committee is. So they're going to take it over there too. But I mean, at this point, if I was Jordan Childs, I know it's a bummer situation. You did win gold, and the team
Mhm.
all around there. But motivation, man, that's called motivation.